Welcome to the very first episode of Wildlife in Focus. This is a series I'll be doing all year where I travel around Australia finding and filming our native wildlife. I hope to show you a new side of the animals you do know and teach you something about the animals that you don't know. In this episode, I travelled to Port Stephens. It's only about 4 hours north of Sydney. Port Stephens is famously known for their whale watching and dolphin watching tours that run throughout the year. However, that's not the focus of this video. I wanted to go after an animal that's a lot more difficult to spot, the koala. Koalas have been in the forefront of media attention in the last few weeks because of the devastating fires that have been sweeping through our country. It's estimated that over 1 billion animals have lost their lives during these fires. My plan was to find some native wildlife that I could photograph and hopefully sell those prints to raise money for conservation groups, but we'll get into that later. Let's start at day one.
Nice and early start this morning. It's 5:57 and I am in Tomaree National Park. I'm about to head from Zenith Beach up to Wreck Beach. I haven't really ever seen much wildlife around here, but I just wanted to stretch my legs and sort of test the camera out and just warm up and practice a bit for a while before I get right into it. I do often see a white-bellied sea eagle around here, but I haven't been here for about 2 months, so this is where I last saw them, so hopefully they're still hanging around, but I can't guarantee it, unfortunately. But there's only one way to find out.
So my guess is that the white-bellied sea eagle that I'm chasing has nested in one of these mountains here, or the one just to my left. I'm hoping that I can get close enough that I'll be able to get a good shot, but with my 70 to 200 she's just so far away that it's almost impossible at the moment, but hopefully we get lucky and I get her. Hopefully we'll be able to hear, but all the birds are just starting to wake up now as the sun gets over the peak.
I was just driving along the road, heading to the Wanda wetlands, and all of a sudden a koala decides to sprint across the road directly in front of me. So I pull over and I run into the bush looking for him, and manage to find him and get these shots. Honestly, I am speechless. I could not have predicted that was going to happen. It was breathtaking. I'm speechless. Seeing a koala in the wild, in its natural habitat, be happy and healthy. He had a tag in his ear that is just phenomenal. That's exactly what I came here to see. And today's only day 2. And I wasn't even heading, I was going to a different place. I wasn't coming here. Oh, I don't know what to say. That could not have been a better start to my morning. It's only 6:40 and I'm just speechless. That's unreal.
Now, as you can tell, after my first sighting, I was very, very excited. So as soon as I got home, I emailed Port Stephens Koalas with the photos and told them exactly where I found the koala. To my surprise, I got an email back very, very quickly from their data manager. He just wanted some more details of exactly where I found the koala. So I sent them off and I just never really thought anything more of it. Later that night, I got a reply with an amazing story. The koala that I found was baby Jasmine. Baby Jasmine is a female koala that was rescued at a very young age from a power pole with her mother. Her mother had a tumour, and due to the severity of the case, she was put to sleep. Baby Jasmine was also found to have a tumour, so she stayed at both Port Macquarie and Port Stephens Koala Hospital for a total of 640 days. Incredibly, she overcame this tumour, and she was released back into the wild. Nearly 3 years later, she was found drinking water in a gutter of a house nearby. She was caught and released back in Oyster Cove. A month later, she was found close to the same house, and was again released in Oyster Cove. In September of 2018, she was found in a burnt tree in Tilligary habitat and was once again released in Oyster Cove. But there'd been no confirmed sightings of her since, until now. Baby Jasmine has somehow travelled from Oyster Cove all the way to Corlette, where I found her. So the question is, how the hell did she get there? Clearly there's a large body of water between the two land masses, and koalas are not good swimmers. So she's either somehow swum across and survived, or travelled all the way around on the mainland and got to Corlette. Baby Jasmine's story is a testament to the incredible work that these two organisations do. They cared for her when she was in need, and she is now thriving in the wild as a happy and healthy koala. Unfortunately, this isn't the case for a lot of koalas in the wild today. So as a way of saying thank you for the amazing work that they do, I'm selling all of my photos as prints from this trip. All of the proceeds raised will go directly back to these organisations. If you do want to purchase one of these prints and raise some money for these organisations, I'll leave the link below.
It's 4:56 a.m. and I'm about to head to Fingal Island.
We started over there, walked across, out the spit, and down. And it. I'm now probably not too far. I think probably maybe a kilometre away from the lighthouse. The walking was fine without shoes on until I got to this point, and it just got really sharp, so I think it's time to put the shoes on. But so far there hasn't been too much activity happening. I know there's not going to be any like mammals or anything like that here. I'm mainly here for the bird life, so we'll see what's here. I know, look at my feet. I do know that there's a whistling kite around here, apparently, according to Google. But I guess we'll sort of see what's around. I bought my big tripod this morning, so I'm probably going to be focusing primarily on video as opposed to the photos. There are spiders everywhere here. So I'm walking around holding a tree branch to get rid of them. Probably can't hear a thing I'm saying, but I just made it to the lighthouse. The sunrise is meant to come over there. It's obviously really windy. I don't know if I'll be able to take the drone up, but we'll have to wait and see. Probably won't be able to hear a word I'm saying because the wind's so bad, but I'm going to switch to my GoPro to film the video now. I've got the 70-200 on my A7S, and I'm just going to carry that around on tripod the rest of the morning. I only have about an hour left before the tide comes up, and then obviously if I miss the tide, I'm going to be stranded here, so we have a hard time to get out of here. How's this for a good bird watching spot? So I got my camera set up here, facing back to where the white belly has been nesting, I think. She literally just flew straight around there, but hadn't got everything set up. But I think this will be a really good vantage point to film from. So yeah, I've got about 40 minutes, and then the tide will become too high that I can't cross, and I don't really want to drown, so I'm not going to take any risks. But that is one of the beaches we were at yesterday. There is Zenith, and Mount Tomaree is there. So I think she is nesting in this mountain and flying around to here, and then potentially coming out here to hunt. There she is. So I'm gonna head back to a different spot because I think she's gonna pass in front of the sun, which would be an awesome shot to get. But again, running out of time very, very quickly. Look at this place. I'm quickly running out of time, but I think I found a really, really, really good spot. As you can tell, it's super windy and the waves are coming in very big. So I don't want to stay here too long. Especially because the tide is rising. That's the only way of getting home. I just realized that I ran out of here so excited that I didn't actually remember or note where I came out from the path. So now I need to retrace my footsteps and hopefully find where I came out. And then get from one side of the island to the other in about 15 minutes so that I don't drown crossing at the spit. Very exciting. Just got to the spit. I'm going to pack up my gear, take my shoes off, enjoy a nice sunrise walk along the beach.
I just made it back to the car from Fingal Island. It was a long way home and took me probably about an hour from where I last was to now. But I think that was a really successful trip, to be honest. I saw some amazing birds of prey. I got some great shots of the lighthouse. I got to explore on an island that has very little human contact, which is what I love. I didn't get any amazing shots or ones that I'm sort of rushing home to see like I did yesterday, but that's the game. That is wildlife filmmaking and photography. Like, you don't always have good days and you don't always have bad days. You just don't know. And you'll never know unless you're out there shooting, and that's what I did all morning this morning. But I've taken 11,784 steps and it's only 10 past 8. So it's been a big morning. I'm gonna head back, get some brekkie now, and then we're just gonna spend the day at the beach, I think, because there's not really much else to do on a day like today. The last spot that I really want to go to before I head home is Tilligary Habitat, which is about 50 minutes from where I'm staying, but they have a really prominent koala population, which would be awesome to see again. And they also have like really interesting bird life there, which I'll be very interested to see. I've just arrived at Tilligary Habitat. I have never been here before. It's not too far from where I normally stay, but I've just never come down here. It's a beautiful town. There is signs everywhere saying to slow down for the koalas, signs saying where to report if you see a sick or injured koala. I have about 2 hours here that I'm going to explore and hopefully find some and get some good shots. This place is beautiful. It's a lot bigger than I thought too. There's a lot of birds around, but no koala sightings just yet. Just had the first koala spotting. He's very far away, holding onto a paper bark tree, but hopefully we get some movement in a minute.
got another hour to kill, and hopefully we get something good. Just gonna set up here for a while, see what I can find. Back to the original koala that I found probably an hour and a bit later. Sure enough, he's still there. Still sleeping. He did a small call before, but nothing too loud. I don't think the camera would have picked it up, but just glad to have seen one.
Is that just one?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that's it. That's the first episode of Wildlife in Focus. I'd love to know what you thought of it. I have 4 new videos coming out in the next few weeks that I'm very excited to share with you. So if you enjoyed the first one, be sure to subscribe and I'll hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching.